I know another problem that's faced is just the difficulties in the navigating the supply chain.
Yeah.
Um, I know that's faced constantly, but Landry, I'd love to hear your perspective.
Like we've talked about with just projections of inventory in the past 10 years of building, I guess what we would deem smarter inventory. One is we've really focused and honed in on specific SKUs that are high volume. There are items, like with any company, that are way more popular than other items. And so we've been able to flow product in August through December to really make sure that you don't have this lull of furniture not moving and being in our warehouse. And that really is, our supply chain has helped so much because we have a team that are strictly focused on production. And they have good relationships with factories that they've built over, I've been here for 10 years. And so, I know there's a factory that we're still dealing with that was here before I was around. And so, just having committed partners to be able to run production, because it's not an easy task bringing on a new supplier. It's really not. There's a lot of vetting that has to go on. They have to match your spec, because at the end of the day, you don't want to lose the value that you're giving customers. So you have to make sure that the new suppliers that you're bringing on are able to meet those same quality and timelines that you're looking for. Having partnerships with some with factories and suppliers that are long standing really helps to keep running production, not having to keep switch gears. Because we have such a mature supply chain that's over the years that's been built out really well with a great team. We can take someone's furniture needs, and if it doesn't match our specifics, like, we could do a line drawing pretty quickly and get it approved by a customer, and then that can roll into production pretty fast. As long as you've got laminate available and fabrics and whatnot. And again, with those things, I mean, I work hand in hand with our supply our production team. And so we're constantly looking at laminates, at fabrics, all components of furniture that we do, and we're pre-ordering materials. Those are just a few scenarios, and instances of just our supply chain and how it does help with turn season, and not just turn season, just with our business in general and projects, that being able to project, having a team that can adapt quickly to line drawings or a new product specifications, and keeping stock of materials.
Because of that, we've been also been able to offer early turn, right? And when
Yeah.
I say
Oh,
early turn, I mean that we can now do a delivery or an install in that April,
yeah.
May, early June, and you're not crunching the furniture deliveries and stuff. No, granted,
Yeah.
there's still a lot of people that like to take it, but if you're a property that's set up, we can now offer those turn deliveries earlier in the spring, early summer, and then you're not having to worry about that. We've always thought
Yep.
August is huge, right? August is huge. That is when those general managers, those properties have that one shot to make that impact to those residents in order to make sure that they want to stay there, or that they talk about their experience at their property to their other friends. Getting furniture early doesn't necessarily mean that your damage or that your turnover is going to be more come
Yeah.
August. We're really able to alleviate a lot of that stress by doing an earlier install or earlier deliveries.
Yeah, I mean, I look at one of my favorite portfolios being PP, somebody I've been very fortunate to work with, through the last recent 2 years, especially. They, I believe it was 2 years ago now exactly, made the decision that they wanted us to do basically all of their turn installs.
Yeah.
They came to us and said, "This is a huge issue that we face year in year. Again, like, we would like for you to take this over." And what we've been able to do with that is we've been able to work with their team and saying, "Okay, here's a schedule that we can put together. That way we can knock out, certain cities where you have multiple properties in at one time. We can put together a schedule that can accommodate them, as well as us, so
Yeah.
that they're not dealing with that constant stress."
It goes
Sure.
back to putting the right people in place
Yeah.
that show the pride there is some kind of crazy satisfaction that you see all the pieces, right? Like you think about Turn as like a puzzle, and there are so many pieces that go together. And then when they all fit and the final project's done, there really is something to be said about all the hard work, the grit, the not so great success stories, but that you turned them into success stories. And at the end of the day, we're able to deliver that to a customer. And at the end of the day, the customer is able to sell units like they need to sell units and not have to worry about the behind the scenes.
Whenever people ask me what I do for a living, I'm like, well, I do, we furniture, like, student housing. I was like, but really, like, furniture is not what the business that we're in. I mean, we're problem solvers. That's what we do. And that's really where you get your satisfaction, is just figuring out how to solve problems for people. Is furniture the product or installation of the product that you're selling? Yeah. But really, we're problem solvers is what it is. And that's where you get your satisfaction, is helping people out.